The clerk will unlock the machine and take the roll. Members will record their presence by pressing the green button. Has every member recorded their presence? Clerk, lock the machine. We have 69 members present. There is a quorum. All rise for the invocation to be delivered by Representative Farella, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag also. Representative Farella.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Dear God, we are grateful for the privileges of serving in this House of Representatives. Keep us ever mindful that we are here to serve those who elected us, all the people of the state of Rhode Island. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any objection to the approval of the journal of the previous day? Hearing none, so ordered. There is no communications, new business. Any new business out there? Representative Tansey with new business, Representative Casimiro with new business, Representative Nardolillo with new business, Representative Ackerman with new business, Representative Carson with new business, Representative Corvese with new business, Representative McEntee with new business, Chairman McNamara with new business. Any other new business? Any further new business? Announcements and introductions. If I may, I know it's the start of session. I know everybody's getting a lot of signatures, but it's been getting a little loud, so can we please try to keep it down, and staff, please take your conversations outside of the chamber. Thank you. Representative Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. An announcement. For those of you who were with us last year, you may recall we had a young man who came and visited us from my district, Dorian Murray. And, of course, sadly, Dorian lost his life last year to cancer. Today would have been his 9th birthday. So I'm hoping that today we can all remember Dorian for how he delighted us when he visited us here last year. He was quite a fighter in his battle with cancer, and and those of you who had a chance to meet him, I'm sure it left an indelible mark on you. So, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman. He did leave a positive influence on everybody he met. I'm not going to say much more because I don't think I can find the appropriate words, but I know this is a place that he wanted to visit, and it was very heartwarming to see that a lot of his life's wishes were carried out in his last months, and I certainly hope he's looking down and remembering this place and actually the world for it, the love that he was shown
and that he gave back, and that he's smiling. To his family, you remain in our thoughts and prayers. Representative Lima.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Closing.
Proceed.
This is a difficult one. I ask that the House close in memory of Lorraine Chacon Rossi. She was a personal close friend of mine. We grew up together. We taught in Providence together. She was the wife of another very dear close friend for years. It was like a brother to me, you, Rossi. We both taught math in the Providence School Department. She was one of the most devoted wives and mothers and grandmother to Allie Jean. Her granddaughter was the apple of her eye. She was struck sick and taken well too early. She's also survived by her loving children, Marco Rossi of New York City and Raina Rossi of Cranston. She was one of those friends that you had growing up that if you didn't see her for a few years because you got busy with work and your family, you knew you always had a friend there. She'd never forgot what you did for her. She was loyal. She was dedicated. If you did something for her, she never let you know. She always let you know, I didn't forget what you did for me. I never will. Might not have seen you in a couple of years. I'll never forget. And that's how she lived her whole life. And she'd be really mad at me if I didn't tell you she was the best Italian cook and made the best Italian cookies in the state. And I will dearly, dearly miss her. I believe you knew her also, Mr. Speaker, and I ask for your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Wonderful. I know her family. I didn't know her personally, but through others, you can see what a wonderful person she was, and she's a wonderful Cranston family. So they will certainly remain in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Representative Abney. Chairman Abney.
That's okay, Mr. Speaker. It seems as though these are solemn moments. Far too often in these chambers, we have to say goodbye to individuals that have meant so much to us, so I understand why it can be so solemn. I'd like to ask the chambers to adjourn with good admiration from a young lady I knew. Her name was Valerie Drugan, and she was she is, even though she's passed away, one of those kind of individuals that if you need something, you had it. She was a caregiver, a nurse, very good friend of my wife's. She also was a school nurse in Cranston, I believe, in Exeter, and in Newport. She lived on the same street that I did when I first moved to Newport, and I believe some of her children were the first ones that I got a chance to really know well. But she battled an illness up until the last moments. She wanted to go back to school and still do her duties as a school nurse, even when she was told not to. So she taught me how to live with dignity and with grace, and she passed away that same way, and she is survived by her husband and her children, and she's touched the lives of thousands of those in Rhode Island. So I would ask that the House please adjourn for Valerie Drugan.
We certainly will, Chairman. Representative O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If we're not going back to new business later on, could we go back now?
We certainly can, Representative. Representative O'Grady with new business. Representative Hearn with new business. Representative Nardolillo with new business. Representative Lombardi with new business. Any other new business? Representative Tobon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Announcement.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker and members of the House, obviously after this election cycle we gained a few new members, and today we have one special member, and happens to be my seatmate, who's turning a very special age, 40 years old. So I just want to congratulate Elder Cunha on your birthday.
Representative Cunha, happy birthday. Enjoy the 40s. They're pretty good. Lita Morgan.
Thank you, Speaker. The Minority Office has a new intern. His name is Harrison Garrett. He's a sophomore from Bryant College, and he's studying applied economics. So I know he's going to be a real welcome addition to our staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader. I had the pleasure of meeting him before session, and the House Minority Office is fortunate to have him. Welcome to the House, and I hope you have a wonderful experience. Any other announcements and introductions? Representative Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Announcement.
Proceed.
Today, we had the distinct pleasure to have election. The Rhode Island Legislative Black and Latino Caucus met this afternoon, and we voted on new leadership, and I would like to share the outcome of that meeting and our new election. Our new co-chairs are Carlos Tobon and Shelby Maldonado.
Congratulations to both of you. Any other announcements or introductions? Leader Shekarchi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, earlier this week the Speaker sent you an email newsletter, and I just want to highlight and remind everybody that next Tuesday, Jason Gammett from the Ethics Commission will be here for training. He's done this every year. It's very helpful for everybody, but especially new members. It's basically a roadmap of what you can and can't do and what you should and shouldn't do. I strongly encourage everybody, it's after session, it's approximately an hour, to attend, especially the new members. Hopefully you'll find it informative and helpful. I will tell you, if you are an attorney, you do qualify for 1 hour of ethics training as well as part of your CLE. Why this is more important now, or most important now than it has been in the past, is, as everyone knows, the voters passed the constitutional amendment putting us back under the control of the Ethics Commission as of January 1st of this year. So I strongly encourage and urge every member, even if you have gone in the past, it's good to have a refresher. But if you're going for the first time, it's a wonderful experience, and hopefully will avoid any problems for anybody going forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. Any other announcements or introductions? Leader Shekarchi moves that the House adjourn in memory of Lorraine Rossi, Valerie Drugan, and Dorian Murray. Motion is seconded by Leader Morgan. All those in favor, please stand for a moment of silence. The House stands adjourned.